out there for them this afternoon.
Yeah, that's a massive turnaround for a club that, like I said, successful winning the 2016 Premiership and then lose a large bulk of their players and, more importantly, their captain coach, Premiership winning captain coach in Todd Hurrell. So, rebuilding phase, Ben Cross apparently doing a great job. So I'm sure he'd like to see some wins on the board in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, of course, Ben Cross, the coach of South Newcastle, the former Canberra Raiders, Melbourne Storm and Newcastle Knights forward, 95 matches in the NRL. He also spent some time over in the UK, 44 matches he played over there with Wigan, Leeds and Widnes. So we're almost ready to get underway, but you sense it'll be ball control the key this afternoon, Mal.
I think the focus from both coaches, both teams will just be complete, get you a kick and make teams work it out hard in yardage and wait for the errors to occur, which there will be plenty in these conditions.
There's the kick-off. Deep from Cal Edwards. From South, bring it back. And they won last start against Central Newcastle, 43-28. A huge upset considering Central sitting up in the top three. But South's led by Ryan Glanville, 5'8", leading them to an impressive victory 2 weekends ago. Of course, last weekend just the one match played with Central defeating Macquarie, and then Macquarie did the reverse on Central yesterday, and Flanagan is away down the near touchline. He looks back infield for Manu Fuawa and just couldn't keep control of possession. And it will be an early scrum feed to the Goannas. But some expansive play there from South early on. Surprising, wasn't it?
Again, but first set in the game, South have failed to complete. Good little short side play by Higgins out of hooker and could have turned into a better play, but the game about completions.
So they'll bring it out from their own 20 and driven back. Liam Higgins in there. Strong tackle.
I'll go.
Cessnock through. Powell at dummy half. Just 2 matches for the Goannas this year is Filippo, the former Newcastle Knights back rower. 4 matches in the NRL. About 5 years ago now. As Apthorpe brings it forward in the number 18. Powell. They bring it across the line, the Goannas. A really good, strong defensive effort from Souths in their first set in defence of the match. As Halad plays the ball. A little chip over the top, so not looking for metres there was Edwards and taken by Jared Flanagan. And Souths will start this set with some very good field position. Lachlan Wormsley just 5 metres from halfway. Glanville onto Manu Fuawa. There's Higgins. Short away to Donovan for an early run for the centre. About 35 away, South. They go towards the open side. And a chance for an attacking kick here for the Lions now. There's Higgins, cross to Glanville. We'll see what he's got here. Ryan Glanville, a chip over the top, and Cal Edwards takes that one nicely. So they complete the set, South, but probably not the end to the set they would have liked. And Ben Cross probably would have liked.
No, I'd agree with that, but at least they're down where they want to be, and Cessnock finding it hard to make yardage out.
Yeah, Oliver Powell with a scamper from dummy half. Cal Edwards in at dummy half. Deputising after Powell went for a run. Brendan Halad now. Within 15 metres of the halfway line. You sense this man Edwards and as he goes across to Warboys, and Cal Edwards 6 matches this season out of the 7 for the Goannas. Their fullback, since he'll be a key for them this afternoon. It's Graham Stair. Raises the arm for the 5th tackle. And Pearson pumps it high. With the breeze, it's going to swirl around and taken beautifully by Flanagan, who takes them on out wide. And be driven to ground about 28 metres from his own goal line, just a couple in from touch. Glanville onto Walmsley. Strong start from South, and Mal, it's going to be tough, those balls in the air, isn't it? With the wind swirling around this afternoon at Townsend Oval.
Yeah, that was a great take back there from Flanagan, and it did swirl around and went nice and high. So we've seen a contrast in kicks, a couple of short ones, but I think the high one is the most advantageous today.
They'll play the ball from Shipway and Higgins, and it's been spilled, I thought, from South, but Graham Stair, he believes it's gone backwards, and it will be the final play for them now. Glanville goes low for the kick. Sense it would, thought it may sit up on the wet grass, but it rolls dead, and Cessnock will have a tap from the 20 to restart things. Where are you looking this afternoon, Mal, for kicks? Where are you?
Zero.
Along the ground, up high. Where are you going today?
Basically, in these first 20 minutes of the game, my focus would be just into the corners, nice and soft, and just pulling it up and making the opposition work very, very hard off their own goal line.
So the first penalty of the game goes the way of Cessnock. We get a piggyback downfield. And Cal Edwards going to sit up in the breeze. About 25 kilometres an hour from the south this afternoon. So Cessnock with their first real attacking charge of the match. As Barber taken to ground, just 21 metres from the goal line. Powell. Pearson gets it onto Apthorpe. 15 metres out, he's got options left and right as Oliver Powell. He goes left onto Warboys and taken to ground. Pearson probably a couple of metres back from the tackle before, and it's Kurt Warden now. Eating up the tackles here, Cessnock. Little kick into the in goal, and South may just have been claimed a couple of metres from the crossing the goal line, and South will bring it out from their own 10-metre line. Lachlan Walmsley with a run. Probably it was a good set from Cessnock, with South starting a metre from their own goal line, Mal, but they would have liked to get that one in the in goal.
Yeah, it was only a foot or so short, but yeah, good productive set, made easy metres, and just need a little bit more weight on the kick, and now putting South back into yardage situation.
So already a fifth tackle for the Lions. Lachlan Farr. It's launched downfield by Chris Merlot. And well taken by Joe Woodbury. Comes back to meet two Lions. A strong tackle. Manafuoa and Luke Higgins in there. Selected in the New South Wales Country under-23 side to play Samoa and Scotland later in the year. I'm sure he impressed you, Mal.
Yeah, had a great campaign for Newcastle, and I'm sure he's looking forward to wearing the country jumper later on the year as warm-up games for those nations for the World Cup.
And a great opportunity to take on those sides in a World Cup year. Samoa and Scotland, some strong outfits there.
Yeah, especially the Samoa side with you know, plenty of size and bulk, and be interesting to see how the young under-23 players handle that physical difference.
There's a kick from Pearson straight over the sideline, just to give his side a bit of a breather, with a little over 8 minutes gone here at Townsend Oval. Still no score. Yeah, that'll be an interesting contest, because Samoa with plenty of NRL experience in that side, you would sense.
Yeah, and coached by Matt Parrish. So, yeah, certainly a great challenge. And that game's down at Wagga Wagga. And then they back up about 5 days later and run into Scotland up at Ballina. So two very, very high-class games for the young boys.
Yeah, that match against Scotland, I'd probably say Samoa would be the tougher test, just because they would have more NRL players. But I'm sure Scotland got a very strong side as well.
Yeah, I think the Samoa side on paper will resemble a NRL outfit, but saying that, Scotland did beat New Zealand, I think, last year in a Test match over in England.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember that. I think it may have been whether they won or whether it was a draw. I have a feeling it may have been a draw at the north of England. Yeah, that was, and the pitch was probably about as wet as this one here. Liam Higgins goes to Glanville, who decides to take them on and is brought to ground by Pearson. Scheming out a dummy half is Higgins, caught by his opposite number in Oliver Powell.
Hold, go.
Let's bring it forward is Shipway. And Matt Shipway spun to ground. Only one match this season before this afternoon as Higgins stepping and almost breaking through was Merlot. On the last play, Souths. What can they come up with? Glanville, little kick. And Cal Edwards takes it inside his own in goal, but he's able to get just outside, and the Goannas, they'll do well to get themselves into, well, half-decent field position up near the halfway line by the end of this set, Mel. A really good end of the set from the Lions.
Yeah, they're just going toe-to-toe at the moment. We had a great set from Cessnock and then another kick in behind, and Souths have duplicated that, so, and very few mistakes.
And that's just what Souths didn't want. Give away the penalty for a strip. And they had the Goannas pinned inside, well inside their own 30-metre line. And the second penalty goes the way of the Goannas. It's probably the only disappointing thing for Souths in the opening 10.5 minutes. They've been pretty good in other areas, Mal. They've got themselves down the Goannas end with some good ball running from the front rowers.
Yeah, a couple of little forays down the short side have failed to produce, but Higgins has identified that as a little bit of a weakness of Cessnock, and I think they'll keep coming down this left edge.
So Powell now to Pearson. So they bring it wide. Edwards gets it on to Reid Hugo. Played in the Rebels as well. Did Reid Hugo off the bench. Played in that grand final defeat to Monero. Cracking game of football, that one at Central. As Pearson puts it high. Wormsley swirling around again, taken beautifully by young Lachlan Wormsley. He's taken about 5 metres from his own goal line. But a real arm wrestle, isn't it, Mal, in the wet this afternoon?
We're sort of nearing the halfway stage of the first half, and neither side has had any scoring opportunities. So, yeah, the game's a very dour tussle at the moment.
We may have seen the ball come out here, and Graham Stair, he hasn't seen a rake, so Cessnock with some strong defence, and they'll go on the attack here.
This is mostly Cessnock's most advantageous position, and they've been in the field in the first half, so hopefully they can put this to good use.
And they've scored 130 points in their 7 matches this season, so not as potent in attack as South. They've only played 6 and scored 142 points. As Reid Hugo to the line. But they've also let in 156 South, so defensively not as strong as the Goannas, who have both scored 130 points and conceded 130 as well. As Powell, dummy half after the run from Halad. They're only 5 metres away here, the Goannas. Best attacking chance of the match thus far. Powell goes to War Boys. They spin it wide. Cal Edwards puts it on the toe. Wormsley sliding in there. And he's just been able to get it out of his own in-goal area, Lachlan Wormsley. Gee, he's done well in the opening quarter hour, hasn't he, Mal?
He's been very safe and taken a couple of very good high kicks and great defence from Cessnock.
Yeah, wonderful defence. So it'll be a goal line dropout for the Lions now after strong defence from the Goannas. And that's the thing about the wet. You'd start to drive a person back and it's very hard to get your footing and just sort of slide back into the in-goal. So Wormsley Mud flying everywhere as he knocks that one out to the Goannas. There's Corey Barber with the first run, and now it's Halad. Unable to get the arms free there.
Hold, go.
Powell. South's defence has held firm thus far. Only a few metres away now. The Goannas, they look towards the open side for Pearson. Goes out the back for Edwards. Little stab kick over the top. And Woodbury steps inside. He gets it down. Joe Woodbury opens the scoring for the Goannas. A lovely little kick from Cal Edwards. And finished off by the youngster.
It's all about pressure. That's Cessnock's back-to-back sets from a South error, and then sustained pressure and great kick and great footwork.
And deciding to go for the kick instead of going through the hands?
Yeah, well, it's, that's that with the wind, the wet ground, you're there, the options, but certainly Cessnock kicking game has been a lot more superior than South, and that's resulted in the first try of the game.
And I'm just looking over to the South, Mal, up towards the hills here at Merriweather, and maybe a little bit of rain on its way, just to make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, and I think in the back of Cessnock players' minds will be if we can get points on board early and then we run home with a win in the second half and we just punch it down, let South work it out in yardage, they might be in the prime position.
So this will be one of the toughest kicks I'd say that Cal Edwards probably would have taken in his career. The howling breeze from the South kicking into it. As Edwards moves in, he tries to bend it around. Gee, you got a piece of it. The wind just maybe dying down for a second and just couldn't get it to come back there. Could the Goannas fullback, but they have the lead, 4-0. That's the important thing in these sort of conditions.
The most important thing for Cessnock, this is a must-complete set. They must get to their kick and put South back in yardage. No errors from Cessnock.
And look at the wind behind, and it has been spilled. Well, what did you say, Mel?
Commentators curse.
So South will have a scrum feed straight away. We were actually watching the 19s game before, and almost identical thing happened. It was a kick into that corner, and same thing happened after a Cessnock try. They spilled the ball. And, well, it's actually been spilled in the end goal, fortunately for, well, you probably say fortunately somewhat, because they'll get the dropout, so it'll probably go a little deeper than where the scrum would have taken place. 10 metres out, and Lachlan Walmsley stops it with the boot. And South bring it forward, bumping off a couple. They're only 25 away. One of the lines now. It's going to be interesting with the numbers on the shirts, Mal.
Yeah, Cessnock are very hard with their dark black jumpers, and as South get more work and more mud, they'll be hard to identify too.
Turn back on the inside, and yeah, those nice white jerseys from the Lions will quickly be covered in mud. Just charging it forward is Brendan Simpson. One of just 7 who were in the grand final last year, playing this afternoon for South, and pushing forward is Higgins. He's not far away, Luke Higgins. Here's Liam Higgins and Glanville. Toe to head, Walmsley. Beautiful work from the Lions fullback. He towed it ahead after the Goannas couldn't claim it. And they're back level are the Lions.
Just shows how crucial errors are in this game. We've had an error from South, resulting in Cessnock's first try, and then straight away from the kick-off, error dropped on, goal line drop out, and in the next couple of tackles, South score their first try. 2 errors, 2 tries.
And it will be the fullback, Walmsley, to take the shot at goal. That's if you can see clearly after diving into the mud there. He's got mud all over his face. But Mal, what's it like playing in the mud? Is it exciting getting out there and getting amongst the mud?
Well, I suppose it takes you back to your childhood days where you played in it every afternoon and ran around it. And I just, in between the games today, we've had the junior league games, and the kids are running off and diving and having the greatest time of their lives. So, but for the losers today, it won't be a pleasant day. The winners won't worry about it.
So Lachlan Walmsley with the win behind him. And you get it on target. It's not a bad kick, but it is fading and cannons into the post. Just needed to start it a little further right, did Walmsley, but it's into the post, and we are level at 4-4 in the 20th minute now. We see the Cessnock trainer just trying to tiptoe his way across the cricket pitch there. And Cal Edwards will get us back underway. Plenty of height down to Glanville. Takes it, and Simpson charges it back. He's rocked to ground, 10 out from the South goal line. And here's another error. Well, Mel, you didn't say it this time, but I'm sure you were thinking it.
We've just had the last couple of sets have been errors and tries, and here's another try on the board here for Cessnock.
Yeah, it's waiting for them on a platter, and it's the try scorer who has come out of dummy half, and I think the ball's just flicked the backside. He just came out too quickly of Simpson, and the ball has been dislodged.
Scrum. Lock it in. Get that ball in.
So Pearson, look at this push from the Lions, but as well, it's been spilled, so it will be a Lions scrum feed. Well, there you go. The push worked there for Souths. Just see what Graham Stair is saying.
Put it down. Righto. Ball in.
Yeah, so it's
Don't balk.
South
Next balk,
Newcastle.
we'll penalise you.
South Newcastle scrum feed. He actually said,
Oh, let him up.
just talking there, so we'll turn Graham down. Talking about balking in the scrum there, he said, next time it happens, I'm going to penalise you. So interesting there. But we don't see pushing in the scrum, do we, at all these days?
No, it's basically a chance for the forwards just to bind together and have a rest, and whoever's got the food's going to win the ball. So a crucial error from Cessnock there when they were in a dominant position.
And South's getting out of jail free there
Release it now.
after the error from the kickoff. So neither side has completed after scoring. It's a bit of an issue for them both as Merlot, this will go into the mud patch about 10 metres out. War Boys, should say Woodbury, the try scorer, brings it up over the 10 metre line. 20 metre line, I should say. It's tough to tell with those lines out there, Mel. They're disappearing as fast as the numbers on the back of the jerseys as Cal Edwards brings it back. We may have an injury for Edwards.
Got the tackle.
Tackle two. Tackle two.
Didn't see anything sinister in there, Mel, did you?
No, it just seemed like a little bit of a back slam, but the ground should have been nice and soft and accommodating, so it shouldn't have been too much involved, really.
Unless it's a head clash.
Hide it. Hide it.
He doesn't look in a good way, Cal Edwards. Shoulder. Paul, our cameraman, is saying shoulder for Cal Edwards here.
Yeah, hoping it's not too serious. I attended the Macquarie Central game yesterday, and tragedy for Macquarie, and losing Blake Gallant for the rest of the season with a double compound fracture of his lower leg, and the game was delayed for about 35 minutes while the ambulance arrived. So hoping this injury is not as serious and the game resumes as ASAP.
Well, not really in relation to this injury, but with the mud, knees and ankles, and it's a lot easier to do them, isn't it, when you sort of get that sticky mud, you get your studs caught in it. I know it's a shoulder here for Cal Edwards, but it's something that will definitely be something the players have got to look out for over the next hour of this afternoon's match.
Yeah, we've been quite fortunate that since kick-off at 2:30 we haven't had any rain, so luckily the conditions have been all right for the players, but then again we've had a few errors and a few tries.
And very even as Cal Edwards, well, maybe his afternoon done, so maybe it is a
looks like a
injury.
Lower leg injury. Can't put any weight on that right knee by the look of it, the way he's carried off by the trainers.
That's terrible for Edwards. He's the Goannas goal kicker this afternoon.
Bring back, fellas. Made this one our easiest one.
One try this season, and he put the kick for the opening try for Joe Woodbury. It was a nice little chip over the top for his winger. But you'd expect, based on what we're seeing here, he will not be back. Zeb Dunstan coming on for the Goannas in 15. We're back underway. It's Cody Brooks. He's on the ground. Strong tackle.
14. Hold, go.
Cessnock bring it out from their own half, so as will just have to refocus here after a stoppage in play. Powell dummies and takes them on. Doesn't make too many metres. There was a bit of an awkward tackle there, bent over backwards, but he's all right. And Pearson out of dummy half. Kicks centrally. Wormsley just watching his footing. Now surging forward. Now 30 metres out. They'll start the set souths.
Hold, go.
Here's Merlot. Half dummy half and got the ball onto Lawrence. Now out of dummy half is Higgins. Good scamper from the line hooker. Donovan with a run now. Some good metres this set from South, and it's all been low risk, hasn't it, Mel?
Yeah, vital start part of the game now. 15 minutes to go, 4-all, and most probably South's best set of the game in terms of yardage, but again, another poor kick.
Now over the dead ball line, so they'll start from the 20. The Goannas now.
0, Sterry, 0.
Cessnock, they've won 2 straight matches. And turned their season around after early on just winning 1 of their opening 5. To just be inside the top 5 now on 6 points. Ball turned back on the inside for Barber.
Release him now. Hold it, go.
Making 10 metres from the halfway line. Powell to War Boys, and they're able to unload and get the ball wide. Cessnock puts the kick on it. Was he taken out as he put that kick in, Chris Pine? Graham Stair doesn't believe so, and Souths will have the ball again. A really good start for them as Wormsley brings it up towards the 40-metre line.
Set it up. Hold, go.
They spin it wide. Manu Fuoa. Ball out the back for Glanville. And now Piccioni. Up to the halfway line. Higgins, and they bring it now up over the 40. A really good set again here from Souths. It's a very slow play the ball. There's Higgins onto Merlot. Wide for Shipway, now Donovan. See what they can come up with on the final play of the Lions now. It's the kick from Merlot. It's low, and Wormsley chasing. It's a very good kick from Merlot. Can they trap Woodbury in the in goal? They can. A really, really good kick from Chris Merlot, and the chase led by Wormsley there. The Goannas with a dropout. Yeah, brilliant stuff there from Chris Merlot.
Their best kick of the game, and now they're looking at back-to-back sets, and yeah, South are looking a little bit more dominant and a little bit more adventurous with the football, and great kick to back up that set.
So with Cal Edwards off the ground, they've to make a change with the dropout Cessnock as Piccioni to the 20-metre line.
Let up, go.
They haven't let it all this afternoon. South. We'll see if that can change here.
About second, boom move. Hold in, hold.
Higgins out of dummy half, goes to the short side. Merlot dummies and steps. Chris Merlot, he's not far from the goal line. Out of dummy half, Higgins, he bursts through. It was all too easy for Liam Higgins, and South take the lead for the first time this afternoon.
Just sustained pressure there from South on the back of a great kick and a line dropout, and South looking dominant going into the final stages of this first half.
You mentioned before, Mal, these the crucial minutes, isn't it? 15 before half time, and Souths have got themselves in front.
Yeah, South seem to be a little bit more full of running. Cessnock have done a lot of defensive work, and the loss of Edwards might shorten their bench up a little bit, but I'm sure South will try and get some more points on the board before half time, especially running with this wind.
So Lachlan Walmsley lining up the shot at goal. His first attempt hit the post this afternoon. He has no problems with his second. And 10-4 is the lead now for Souths, looking for their first win at home this year. They're going about it the right way.
All the South's key players have been instrumental in the last 10 minutes of this game. Higgins at hooker, Merlot at 7 and Walmsley at fullback have all combined very, very well and looking very dominant.
And do you feel after that win over Central last start for the Lions, they can go on a bit of a run now with the confidence that would have brought them?
Well, this stage of the season, watched Central yesterday, and they're not a bad football side, so the South must have played very well to beat them last week. So here on their home turf today, they might put a run together and playing better at the moment than Cessnock are.
They spin it wide. Higgins on to Shipway.
About 4, move it now, 4.
Matt Shipway just over the halfway line. Higgins scored a moments before. And look at this set from South. Making metres easily here. Cessnock just seemed to be tiring. The kick from Merlot. Again at the end goal, charging through. I don't know if he got downward pressure there. I thought it may have bounced there, Mal. What were your thoughts?
I thought I saw a bubble in it. Yes, it was a great chase. But again, I suppose the most important thing was at least South have completed after scoring points.
Yeah, great set from them. They'll be disappointed only with the fact that it comes to a 20-metre restart for Cessnock.
And we've got another Cessnock player limping in the background too, so vital stage for South to finish this first half on a dominant note.
They really need to take advantage of the momentum that is with them. There's Powell on to Barber. He's played in all matches this season. There's Corey Barber for Cessnockers. The ball spills out.
Double there.
For the Goannas and Souths now. This is their chance really to put the hammer down before half time. Nine and a half minutes to go before the break. It was Joe Woodbury with the limp there Madeline back plays just over on this near side of the ground.
Right, get it in, go.
The right winger. And just keep an eye on him. It's Manu Fuoa.
Oh, one. Kick up.
Taken to ground on the halfway line. Just on the far edge of the cricket pitch as Jake Lawrence takes it into contact now.
Let it up now. Yep, hold him.
Higgins across the ground. Merlot and now Donovan.
About third. Boom, boys. Hold, go. No, he hasn't.
Higgins again, he's been strong. Darts out of dummy half.
Let it go now. Hold it, hold. Leg caught. Wait, go.
Since it's about the fourth tackle here for the Lions as Livick gets hammered there. Charging up out of the line. Where's Barber? Put a good shot on him, Higgins. Now a little chip over the top. Nice kick from Glanville, but it just doesn't sit up in the end goal for Jared Flanagan, who is charging after it. And another 20-metre restart for the Goannas.
This has been a very good passage of play for South for about the last 10, 12 minutes, but the thing is they haven't converted it into points on the board, but at this stage they're very dominant, working well together.
Yeah, and from memory, I don't think Souths have... Trying to think of a penalty that Souths have received. I think that's about 3 to the Goannas, and yeah, I can't remember one going the way of the Lions.
This will relieve a bit of pressure for Cessnock leading into half-time.
And Joe Woodbury still limping pretty heavily out there. There's Ree Hugo, 5 metres from the halfway line. Powell, now on to Barber. Spun to ground. Just inside the Lions half now. They go the short side. Hugo again. Driven backwards. And that defence would have taken it out of the Goannas as Powell now almost breaks free, but Manu Fuoa came back and puts him to ground. 30 metres from the line. Just in from touch here is Pearson. Now Halad spinning around. Put high from Pearson. Wormsley under it. And we've got a penalty going the way of Cessnock. We'll just try and it's taken out after the kick, I believe.
There was no arms.
No arms in the tackle on the kicker.
Yeah, referees there indicated more shoulder than arms, and prime position for Cessnock.
Cody Brooks now. So this is their chance now, Cessnock. Down by 6. Powell spinning, unloaded away from Tuiliata. Powell away. War Boys darting back on the inside. And they're just 2 metres away, the Goannas now. Out of dummy half again. They get their way over, I think.
He's over the line. He's over
Been held up. There's
Just
Powell.
short, yep.
So they bring it back for Halad. Flat-footed, tries to find a gap. Just couldn't find one. And the final play. Crucial here now. War Boys kicks into the in goal, and
Granite South.
Souths have won the race to the ball, and it will be a goal line dropout. But Mal, just looking over here at Joe Woodbury, limping back towards halfway. He's not in a good way, is he?
No, I think he's just trying to see it through to half-time and get some medical attention. But, yeah, obviously not going to be much of a help if his leg's injured and he does it further damage. But great opportunity for Cessnock. 5 out from half-time and back-to-back sets again.
So Wormsley, I think he had a couple of players ahead of him, so he takes it back. Launches one towards the cricket pitch where Pearson got up and then slipped over. And Cody Brooks now. Put to ground, just 35 away now. We speak about how important it is for Cessnock to get on the board before half-time, but equally critical for South here to keep them out. As Powell, War Boys, stepping back infield. And lovely feet from the Goannas as Powell into dummy half again. Was Filippo with the run. Pearson turns it back on the inside and Livet came up at Reid Hugo. A strong tackle on the Goannas centre. There's Powell now. Pearson turns it back for Halad. There's no way through the Lions defence there. Final play now for the Goannas. Pearson takes them on, little kick into towards the in goal, but Wormsley's there and he's taken a ground a couple of metres from his own goal line. Great defence there from South CML, and crucial that they don't make a mistake here.
No, Lachlan Wormsley at fullback's been outstanding for them, and he's diffused a couple of those short kicks from Pearson. Unfortunately, great defence, but Cessnock still trying to get some more points on the board just before half-time.
Well, it is going to be a 0. Cessnock have touched the pass, and they just had South pinned inside their own 10. As Glanville backtrack to grab the ball. So they keep up the strong defence. The fresh shirt on the ground is Roman for Pouliot. In 15. Wormsley gets the pass away. Keeping the legs pumping. Straight onto the cricket pitch. This ball comes wide now for Peterson, who bustles forward.
Let him up! Work me, hold, go now.
Higgins spies the gap through the ruck and almost came out the other side, but Cody Brooks was there to stop him in his tracks. Glanville chips it, looking for Flanagan, who's after it. It'll just beat him over the touchline. But a great end of the set from Souths, nonetheless, with just over 2 minutes to go before the break.
Considering the conditions, the ball landing has been quite reasonable. We would be under half a dozen mistakes, I think. So the quality of the footy has been good, and it's a nice arm wrestle at the moment. And South looking like they'll take a lead into half time.
So Reid Hugo straight off the scrum.
15, move!
What's even better from that set from Souths is that Cessnock pretty much have to go 90 metres if they had to lock this one up before the break. We've seen it done, but you'd sense it will be the Lions going into the break with the lead. Much needed one though. We mentioned that they haven't won here in 3 home matches. Last match they were given a touch up here at Townsend Oval by Western Suburbs, 34 points to 16. Before that turnaround win against Central. We thought we'd survive the first half without any rain, and looks to be just about upon us here, Mal, coming from the south.
Yeah, we're into the final minute of the first half, and the rain is starting to come down, so that'll put a little bit more moisture on the ground leading into the second half. But we're looking at South going to the half-time leading 10-4 at this stage.
And it is coming down quite heavily. Probably just what they didn't need right before half-time. Bit of an extra shower. As they bring it to this near side through Higgins, who got it on to his brother. Manu Fuawa. Now back to Glanville. Looks wide and taken nicely over there by Dunstan. And it is teaming down now with a couple of seconds to go before half-time. And that is the final play of the opening half here at Townsend Oval. The players are quickly going to try and get into the sheds here as the heavens have opened up. Absolutely bucketing down here, Mal, now.
Yeah, certainly the conditions have deteriorated. Hopefully it's only a short shower and it clears again. We got 39 minutes of dry football. Hopefully the same can apply in the second half. Otherwise we might see a record of errors contributing due to the weather conditions second half.
Yeah, well, what were your thoughts on that opening 40 minutes?
Close tussle, and in these conditions, as they're deteriorating now, it's all about territory and the quality of the fifth tackle option. And South's kicking game was most probably a little bit better than Cessnock, and that's why they're leading 10-4.
All right, well, we'll take a quick break over half time, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time. Test. Yeah. Hello and welcome back to Townsend Oval for the second half here, and we are back underway. And it is absolutely teeming down as it was at the back end of the first half. Well, Mal, this is some side, isn't it?
Well, Townsend Oval at the moment is resembling Lambton Pool. There are puddles, there's water lying everywhere, and they're the worst conditions I've seen for a long, long time for a game of rugby league in Newcastle.
Yeah, they're basically going to be swimming out there for the next 40 minutes. And it looks like when this rain does pass that there may be some more on the way. So, yes, it will be very interesting viewing this second 40 minutes. Cessnock behind 10-4 after the opening half. South with a try probably about 10 minutes before the break. There's War Boys. This is going to splash up. Gee, Walmsley. He's been the best player on the park, hasn't he, Lachlan Walmsley?
His handling in these conditions has been outstanding, and he's been very, very solid at the back for South. Good young Singleton Junior too, came down, had a couple of years with the Knights junior system, then decided to chance his arm and play with the men in grade and learn the game a little bit better, and he's been outstanding for South.
There's the ball at the back, and they're up towards the halfway line. The Lions is Glanville, and here's the ball spilled, and I'm sure we are going to see plenty of that in the second half.
Left, Muddy.
What do you say as the coach before they're about to go out? You're in the changing rooms and you can hear the rain absolutely pelting down. What would your message be, Mal?
Again, the most crucial thing will be the errors are going to occur. There's no doubt about that due to the extreme weather conditions. It's just about completing your sets and getting to a kick, and the quality of the fifth tackle kick is going to be the crucial factor in this second half. We've seen 2 first half tries from kicks, and I'm sure we might see a couple more in the second half. But it's all about territory and maintaining possession.
The ball comes across to Pearson, turns it back infield to Dunstan. The final play.
7-7-7.
The kick is low
On the right.
and well diffused by Souths. And they'll bring it out from the Quagmire, which is their own 10-metre line. South Newcastle. The benefit for Cessnock here is they have the breeze, the heavy southerly behind them. And
Work the 10, Derry, work the 10.
the rain has eased a little bit, so Cessnock can get some ball down the money end. They could cause some problems for South. This chip over the top and spilled, so an error from Cessnock. It was Chris Pine, he just couldn't handle it. The trainer's got the poncho on. So a huge chance here for South, and this is it. Points on the board, isn't it, Mal? Which is so crucial
Oh, we're in the early stages of the second half, and we've already seen 2 to 3 errors, so that's going to be the copyright, I think, for the. And there's another one there, first tackle.
And what's that, 3 in 3.5 minutes now to start the second half. And the Goannas, they get out of jail there, and charging it forward is Cody Brooks. 10 metres short of the halfway line. Hell at a dummy half. Away to Philip Owen. Over the sideline. There's another one. Souths will just be looking here just to calm it all down. And it's pretty much one pass stuff, isn't it? Maybe even no pass. Just get out a dummy half. Make sure there's no errors.
Yeah, in these conditions, it's imperative too that the back five get in and help out the middle third players that have done the bulk of the work in the first 40 minutes of the game. So our wingers and our centres and fullback just need to get in and get some scoots out of dummy half and give the forwards a little bit of a rest, and hopefully then they can carry it on.
Mano Fuawa straight through the middle of the cricket pitch, and there's the sliding tackle from Filippo there. And Souths are within 35 of the goal line now. Higgins, and strong tackle was Filippo there again, flying up. Former NRL player Filippo, and Higgins, he's already scored one this afternoon. He slides his way inside the 10-metre line. Driven back is Merlot on the final play. So Merlot, as the ball's been spilled out, Livick goes in low. Can he get it down? He believes he has, James Livick. And Graham Stair will point to the spot. He was just too strong. The Cessnock players are not happy. They were saying that Stair held, and then the ball came out the back and Livick dived over, which I thought he may have called the tackle as well there. Mal, I don't know what you thought.
Both touch judges were very confident that he'd scored, and there was a little bit of dissension from a couple of Cessnock players, but overall I think his size and his weight from that short range got him over, and again, well set up, great dart out of dummy half from young Higgins, and he's been mostly the most dominant player on the park. So on the back of his scoots from dummy half, easy metres, it was an easy stroll to the try line for South. So good start to the second half.
And Walmsley, while it is in normal conditions what you describe as a pretty easy conversion, in these conditions, the wind up against him, you wouldn't say so, but probably still expect him to put it over.
No, Ben Cross would be very happy with the South's start of this second half, especially running into the gale force wind. So, like I said, points on the board early, and then just hanging in there in the latter stages of the second half.
So Walmsley makes no mistake with the conversion, and we've just seen Liam Higgins, the South hooker, just come from the ground, and Elgin Peterson has come on in white, and I think he's received a back slap. I didn't see it from one of his teammates, and he's got a big brown handprint over the back of his jersey, which is mostly all white. I'm not sure it'll remain that way for much longer. Just incredible, these conditions. So War Boys with a kickoff.
An unusual situation. Graham Stair allowed him to move out of the centre mark and plays it on the driest part of the ground to kick off.
Yeah, just to the edge of the cricket pitch. Would you be making sure you're not running up through the middle of the ground, Mal, just because how slippery it is on that pitch?
Yeah, there's about our 10th error to start the second half, and yeah, totally agree with you. Both coaches would be advising our players to stay away from that middle third and try and concentrate down the channels of the sideline where the ground is a little bit firmer.
Blake Andrews brought to ground. They spin it across to War Boys. Filippo. It's been good so far this afternoon, Marvin Filippo. He's 10 metres from the goal line. They'd love to get over the line here, Cessnock. Down by 12 points. They've only won 1 of their last 8 away from Cessnock, and here's Chris Pine. Almost slicing through out of dummy half. Saw Liam Higgins do that in the first half. It's War Boys. Back for Warden. Driven to the turf, 10 away. Stair raises the arm on the final play. Over to Pearson, who kicks for the corner, and Jared Flanagan has gone up. I believe he's taken it outside the in-goal area and been driven back. And it will be a dropout as the rain returns again, Mal.
Yeah, great set from Cessnock there and a great kick, and now we'll see whether they can convert the territory into points and get back onto the board here.
Probably what they didn't want, the Goannas, considering they'll be on the attack after Wormsley. Well, look at that. That's incredible. And well taken, and then Livick has just given him a bear hug. He picked up the ball rolling around on the ground as the wind and rain comes again. It's Filippo again in there, getting himself into the dirty work. Kurt Warden, still going Warden. And Powell. Is he tempted to go from dummy half? He isn't. Pearson. They go wide. The step from Pine. Pine's still going. Monafuoa, they're driving him towards the touchline. The flag is up. Great defence from Souths. And that's the thing, really. You've got to bring in the touchlines about 15 metres when it's like this, Mal, don't you?
Certainly, we've just said got to stay away from the cricket pitch centre area, but anywhere outside that, you're definitely going to end up over the sideline once 2 or 3 defenders come in on you.
So it makes the field very small, doesn't it? You've got to stay off the cricket pitch. You've got to stay about 10 metres, 15 metres in from the touchline. So there's not too much of the field that you can go on. It's like a bit of an obstacle course, the cricket pitch in the middle there. The Souths they'll look for a strong set, won't they, here, Mel? And a good kick on the end.
Yeah, Cessnock have dominated for about the last 5 or 6 minutes, so Souths will be looking to getting back down to that scoring zone again.
So Peterson in 17, the brightest jersey out there. He's just come on for Higgins, so he's in at dummy half. He's involved in his work as Glanville just lays it off for Livick to charge it forward. A try this afternoon and makes it his 3rd of the season.
17 on the left, mate.
How much bounce the ball has here. It just sits in the mud. And Chris Pine, who has gone back to the fullback role after the injury to Cal Edwards earlier in the match. He set up their first try, Cal Edwards, and left the ground, which looked with an injury which looked to be like a serious knee injury. Pearson now to Warden, trucking it up over halfway now. Kurt Warden. Brendan Simpson looks like he won't be far away for Souths, and that's what we're saying about the cricket pitch. Marvin Filippo was like it was an ice skating rink there as he went down. That's Powell for War Boys. Kicks towards the touchline and finds it. Very, very good kick there from War Boys. And Souths will have a scrum fade 10 from their own goal line. Thirteen and a half gone in the second half. It's exactly what Steve Kidd would have wanted. Mal, wouldn't have he? Nice kick there from War Boys into the corner.
A good set of 6 from Cessnock, and they've been camped down in South Territory now for the last 5 minutes or so, so they'll be hoping that they can convert this into points and get back into this game. If South are next to score, it might be out of reach for them.
I was going to ask you about the breeze, of course, heavily behind Cessnock in the second half. How many points would you say the breeze is worth?
I would have said about 6 points, and that was the difference at half time. But then South scored directly at the start of the second half into the breeze. And funny enough, now there's a bit of blue sky, and that breeze has dropped a little bit. So we've got ideal conditions at this stage, weather-wise, but not pitch-wise.
And we're unsure whether that rain will come back from the south. We have got some blue sky up above. It's just been an incredible afternoon. We've had a blue sky. We've had it bucketing down with rain. Windy. It's Peterson. And the ball has just dropped out from under him there. And it was picked up by Cody Brooks and Powell, and here's Warden. Now again, ball almost coming free there from Blake Andrews. But he kept hold of it. Almost to the 30-metre line now. Powell. Dummies to the inside runner. And now Warboys just poked his nose through. Couldn't quite get through the Lions' defence, which has been rock solid this afternoon.
Again now, 15. He's the last.
On the final play now, the Goannas. Powell to Warboys. Stabs the kick in. Wormsley, is he able to rake it in? I think he may have grounded it. He has in the in goal. And again, Lachlan Wormsley. Safe as a bank at the back for South. I don't want to curse him after that. Put the commentator's curse on, but yeah, he's been outstanding for South.
No, once again, he has a great save there. The ball was on the deck. But again, very good passage of play from Cessnock. And they just need to be a little bit smarter, and so do both teams in this situation. Just need to lessen the impact when you're coming into the tackle, because more bodies in, the ball's going to pop out like a cake of soap. So you just try and go to the outside of players and find those holes and not directly into each other.
Well, there's that dropout again, going absolutely nowhere. As Andrews brings it to within 5 of the goal line. A strip from Souths. So the Goannas will continue this attack. It's as if they've been camped down here. As charging onto it is Warden. That's the thing, in these type of conditions, you can afford to really compress your defence. Almost encouraged as Powell. Can he get the ball down? He can, Oliver Powell. Again, it's out of dummy half. And Cessnock get themselves right back into this one. And with the win behind them, Mal, that'll give them some momentum and a lot of confidence.
Oh, just a great example of wet weather conditions and how crucial it is to play it down in the opposing half and dominate territory. And on the back of a great kicking game, Cessnock have been very, very good in the last 8 or 10 minutes, and they're now right back in this rugby league game.
Is it one of those things in these conditions, when you are on your own goal line, just to compress your defence and say, well, we're going to encourage you, the opposition, to throw the ball out wide, and if you can score out wide and not spill the ball, well, good on you.
Yeah, if you want to chance your hand and come up with errors, you'll make errors in these conditions. But very smart play from Cessnock. A lot of little scoots out of dummy half, a lot of little short passes, and yeah, their number 6 Warboys has been very impressive.
So with Cal Edwards off the ground, it will be Theron Pearson with the shot at goal. No points for him yet this season in his 5 matches for the Goannas.
And a crucial kick too, gets them back into that 6-point range, 16-10 if successful.
I haven't got used to it, I can't hear. What were you asking?
So Pearson moves in. And he is successful with the conversion, so it's back to a converted try. The gap on the scoreboard between these two sides, and we've got just over 21 minutes gone. Left to go, I should say. 21 minutes left to go in this second 40 minutes, round 8 of the real NRL. As Cessnock look to continue their 2-match winning streak, make it 3, and Souths, after their impressive last start win against Central, looking to make it 2 wins on the trot. We've mentioned it before, Mal. Crucial for Cessnock here. No errors.
Yeah, exactly. South started the second half well and posted first points, but for the final 15 minutes of this quarter, they've been the dominant side and making easy metres out in yardage, and if they get to a good kick, they're going to put themselves back in this game.
There's War Boys inside to Filippo. Just a couple of metres from halfway now, Marvin Filippo. Powell sort of took him by surprise. The quick play of the ball to scurry forward, and here's another penalty. They've had the rub of the grain from the referee this afternoon, Cessnock, and they get another penalty there. So South's just under a bit of pressure now.
Yeah, Cessnock have had all the ball, all the territory, and now a couple of penalties, and they're surging forward.
They'll be very fatigued as well, South, as we see Liam Higgins quickly being brought to the sideline. He's got the number 6 in his hand, the interchange card. So I think Ben Cross wanting to get his experienced hooker back out there. See who he comes on for. There's Warden. 15 metres away, just to the left of the post. As out of dummy half is Powell. Pearson, he got hit late. And he's still down. Just try and check who. The number plate, as Graham Stair just holds things up. Was
calling someone out too.
He was very much off the ball and late. We might even see what Graham Stair's got to say here. If his microphone's still working in all the rain. And so it's the hooker Oliver Powell who was hit late as he was passing out to the far side. And it looks like Graham Stair will award a penalty to the Goannas here.
Are you ready?
And we're back as Kurt Warden straight towards the puddle on the 10-metre line. They couldn't have been offered a better opportunity to score here as War Boys back for Filippo. Good footwork from the big man again. So now it's the wind that's back. Powell. Ball away to Hiroti. Keeping the legs pumping. Through the mud. It's now the flat ball away. Can Apthorpe get it down? He spilled it, Sam Apthorpe. Oliver Powell went flat and Apthorpe just couldn't hang on to it. And Souths, they survived that little scare, but they're going to have to bring it from their own 10-metre line up against a howling southerly Mal. It's going to be a tough 18 minutes for them if they're to get out of this one with the 2 competition points.
Great opportunity missed there by Cessnock. They've dominated. South are out on their feet, defended for the last 15 minutes, and great one-on-one tackle. And in these conditions, the ball spilled out, and we'll just see whether South can get out of danger and complete their set.
Ball flies out the back from the scrum. Manu Fuoa. He's getting driven back. Look at this defence. It was similar in the first half, but this time South get enough players back there to ensure Manu Fuoa isn't pushed back into the in-goal area.
Cessnock have got all the momentum at the moment, and South are just hanging in there.
It's a good run out up over the 10-metre line for Souths. Now dummy half, there's a big gap in between the ruck and the ball away for Lawrence on the inside for Wormsley. And he's brought to ground, but what a break there. What a moment for Souths. Simpson quickly into dummy half. And Glanville still going, gets the unload away. I'm sure Ben Cross would have been hoping he held on to it there, Glanville, but they get away with it. Wormsley into dummy half, chipping towards the corner. After it is Flanagan, but well taken over there by the Goannas. Chris Pine doing the clean-up work.
That was South's most impressive set of the second half, and now they've put themselves back in contention.
Reed Hugo, 15 from his own goal line. That was exactly what they needed.
Release him now!
And now a strong set of defence from the Lions as Warboys brings it across the ground to Hiroti, and Hiroti is close to the touchline, but Lachlan Farr and Bryce Donovan just couldn't hold him up to drag him over the touchline as Warboys pumps it long. And is flying with the breeze, and it's hit a patch of grass and then the mud, and it's just stopped inside the in-goal area, and Wormsley with mud all over his face gets absolutely hammered by Warboys leading the kick chase, and Wormsley's gone down in the mud, just shaking the mud out of just about everywhere.
Souths are a little bit sluggish getting back here to support their troops. Great effort by Warboys, kick and chase, outstanding.
It's Manufuoa to the 20-metre line. Tell you what, Lachlan Wormsley tomorrow, there'll still be mud in places he probably didn't know existed. Tomorrow there'll be mud just about everywhere. And he won't be able to clean off tonight as Souths bring it up towards the halfway line.
Inside, mate, inside.
And there's that wind getting up and up by Pine, who is spun around. And wide it comes for Hiroti. And Lachlan Farr, strong there. Brings him to ground. 5 in front of the halfway line. Filippo. No passing from him. Just takes them on. Nathan Campbell was able to hold him up. And it's Dunstan. Cessnock and the ball. It was an error in the play. The ball from Zeb Dunstan. A crucial one just as Cessnock seemed to be gaining the ascendancy again. We're into the final 15 minutes now. I'll probably get plenty more opportunities, Cessnock, but that's just one less that they're going to get now.
Yeah, I certainly agree that Cessnock have been very, very dominant to start this second half, and South are just hanging in there, and that error will certainly help them.
And the time's still ticking down.
Get it in.
Taking his time, Chris Merlot to feed the scrum. Wormsley. He's driven the ground. Plenty of hard work from him this afternoon.
Hold, go.
It's Higgins who's back out there.
A second.
Peterson's still out there as well. He's
He's still got it.
moved out to the back row, it looks like. Maybe even playing at lock as
Let go.
Higgins again with the quick play of the ball. He has got Manufuoa, but he wins the penalty. And that's what Ben Cross would have wanted. Getting his experienced hooker back out there. Wins his side a penalty. Much needed.
And a great quick play of the ball by the experienced Matt Shipway. And on the back of that, Higgins takes on the offside Cessnock defence, and this penalty's crucial.
Well, they may as well have taken the tap there, South, because the touch finder from Wormsley probably made about a metre as Shipway now. Inside 30 metres now from the Goannas goal line. As Glanville turns it back on the inside for Simpson.
Hold it, go.
Back it comes for Glanville. Just 10 metres away. A couple of metres from the far side of the ground. Higgins across the ground, stepping Merlot. He spots a gap, Chris Merlot, and the ball has come out just as he saw the goal line. Merlot and a chance to probably end the hopes of the Goannas, but the ball has popped out. What a chance that was from Souths.
I thought he was over for all money, and then suddenly the ball just bobbed free as he went to place it over the try line, and that would have basically sealed the game for South, I reckon, with about 10 to go. Would have kicked him 12 in front.
Let it down. Pull it in, wait. Pull it in. Out.
So Dunstan brings it forward and he is driven back. Splash of mud and water everywhere. As Powell onto Marvin Filippo. He has done a ton of work this afternoon, Marvin Filippo for Cessnock.
Been outstanding, and obviously being a New Zealander, he's accustomed to these wet, windy conditions, but he's led from the front, been outstanding.
So the Goannas now bring it up over the 20. So, well, it's going to be a penalty. Hand on the ball. Looks like from Peterson or Higgins there. He was going to just blow the knock on, it looked to be, but maybe a call from the touch judge. That's what they needed, Cessnock. Filippo. Towards halfway. Makes about 15 metres. War boys. Back it goes, and bumping off a couple is a lad. Almost speared into the turf there. We just put his arms out, and that saves South from another penalty, and another piggyback as Brooks. Bus part past the first two, and we've got, I think it's Elgin Peterson who is back. In a bit of strife in back play for South, but play goes on. Chris Pine skating around. It's 25 away. Reed Hugo goes into dummy half, and Pearson turns it back for Halad. He may have been hit a little high, but Graham Stair deemed it legal. Pearson goes high. This will be a tough one for Flanagan. It comes back, and there he is, Lachlan Wormsley again. And it's been touched by a Goanna, and it will be a scrum feed, a handover, I should say, for the Lions. But I think Graham Stair's just going to go. Just going to call time out here just to check on Elgin Peterson.
I thought Cessnock were a bit unlucky there. I thought it was a high shot on Brendan Halad there, and they might have been given and awarded the penalty there, and would have been crucial at this stage of the game with under the 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, I thought too. I thought that was a high shot on Halad. But Graham Stair didn't think so. Opinion is the most important, so Souths will bring it out from their own red zone now. Elgin Peterson looks like he's going off maybe with concussion, I think. Not in a good way after a knock near the halfway line. So inside the final 10 minutes now. Appealing for the penalty is Higgins. Bring it forward through Campbell. Higgins goes for a scamper again. And of dummy half. This time it's for Puliai and Manufuawa. On the final play, South now. Wormsley goes back to Glanville. He takes them on, chips it over the top. A very good kick. It's slipping towards the end goal. And diving on it is Dunstan and put back into the end goal. So it will be a dropout for the Goannas. Another great end to the set from South. Their kicking game has been top-notch in the wet this afternoon.
Yeah, another good set, and with the clock winding down, South have completed very well in the last stages, and that's a great kick, great defensive chase, and now all the pressure's back on Cessnock to hang in here.
Well, they're just 7 minutes and 50 seconds away here, South, from aiming their first win at home this season. And continuing their good record against Cessnock. They've won their last three, but they've all been spilled out.
It's not involved.
Earlier in the season, they won 28-8 at Cessnock. They've got a bit of work to do here now. They just can't seem to be able to kill off the Goannas, do they, Mel? They just keep giving him a sniff.
Well, they're just hanging in there, and they're a chance. While ever, there's time left on the clock. 6 points.
So bring it out wide for Hiroti. Taking a ground 20 metres out.
Hold it, hold, still got it. Second, move.
Dunstan with a run. Maybe chance for a penalty was another slow play. The ball, War Boys.
Online.
I know how impressed you've been with War Boys. Maybe a spill here from Filippo, but a penalty.
That's just what Cessnock needed. Now to mount a final challenge. Great kick from here, and they're straight on the attack.
It was Brendan Simpson just around the play of the ball. Filippo going to pick it up and with the handling error, but he got away with it. And now he has spilled it. Marvin Filippo on this occasion. And again, just as Cessnock had the opportunity to go down and post some points and lock it all up, they've spilled the ball.
That's a shame, because he's most probably been Cessnock's most dominant player. Worked for the whole 80 minutes of this game, had some great carries, and unfortunate there as Cessnock were just mounting their final challenge.
Pin it down.
Do you think they'll get another chance with 5.5 to go? You sense they probably will.
Yeah, again, in these conditions, an early error from South. Cessnock is just going to make sure they don't concede a penalty and give South back-to-back sets. That's been crucial in today's game.
Let up, go.
They're rushing in. South players just unsure who was going to take the run out of dummy half. Still going.
Second. Put the line. Let him up.
Bumping away from a couple was Ryan Glanville. Now Higgins met by Powell. And now coming across is Andrews to drop him to ground 30 metres away. Here's Merlot. Turns it back for Lawrence. Goes short to Glanville again. Centre of the ground.
South just need a great kick chase to finish this set and nearly finish the game.
It's a strong run from Campbell. Final play here. So they've been good in most cases this afternoon on the final play. South, can they do that again? Merlot, they rushed up out of the line. It was Filippo trying to cause the error. And in the end, he ensured that Merlot didn't put it on the toe, and it will just be a handover. He'd probably put that down to Marvin Filippo. He cut down the time Merlot had, and he didn't get the kick away.
Again, yeah, great effort from Filippo, and no criticism of Merlot either. South are down where they wanted. He, under pressure, took the ball, didn't force a silly kick, and Cessnock now have got to come 100 metres and score, and here's an error, and South can well and truly tie this game up with a great set.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about that kick into the, deciding not to kick. He puts it dead, and they get out the set from the 20-metre line. So probably not a bad option that Chris Merlot didn't put it dead and just decided to take the run. So 3.5 minutes now left, and the rain has returned as it did at the end of the first half.
Yeah, Cessnock will most probably get one more or two more chances at South, depending upon how well South finish this set and complete this set.
It's Manu Fuoa, 10 metres away, and they seal the deal here. Scampering out of dummy half, and he get the ball down. Looks to be Higgins, although very difficult to see the numbers at this point in time. The ball out the back from Pulii, and a step from Merlot. 5 metres, make that a couple now.
Let it up.
He fell to ground. Very with the play the ball. Comes back for Glanville. Takes them on Ryan Glanville. Glanville, is he there? Well, he's only a couple of blades of grass from the goal line now. Back it comes for Merlot now. Just ensuring that they're not making any errors and finish this set. off strongly here, South, because Cessnock are going to have to go 100 metres. There's the kick. South are leaving. It's knocked on by Cessnock. As you heard from Graham Stair, and Lachlan Farr puts it back infield. A nice unload. That was crucial from Lachlan Farr.
Cessnock will struggle to hang on here now. 2 minutes to go. Back-to-back sixth.
It's sliding in low, and the ball has been spilled out there by Fapulii. So Cessnock, well, Cody Brooks has come reeling out of that, limping quite heavily. So they've got 1:41 to go the length of the field, Cessnock. And you sense the decision not to throw the ball around will be thrown out the window here.
Yeah, it's all or nothing now. Final set of the game, and South have just again make sure no penalties, and I think they'll ice this game.
There's Hiroti. Looks to find some space. He is getting close to the touchline. Probably lucky he slipped over in the end. As they were coming across Lawrence and Lachlan Farr. There's Zeb Dunstan. Up over the 20. Powell onto Warboys. Now Pearson takes them on there, and Pearson still going. And Woodbury scored the opening try for Cessnock this afternoon from that Cal Edwards kick. And they get the ball away, Cessnock. So the unload, it was crucial, but it's been thrown out the back, and Hiroti has to go back and clean it up. More boys. And there's the kick from Filippo. He slipped over, and it will be a scrum feed with about 25 seconds to go. The time is still ticking down, and you'd sense that was the final play of the afternoon. It will be a handover, I'm sorry. And they're already beginning to shake hands, the players, with just 5 seconds to go. And Graham Stair calls full time, and Souths go back-to-back now. For the first time this season, they claim their third win of the year and into the top 5 after a slow start to the season. They've still got a game in hand on the rest of the competition with Macquarie from that round 2 match that they didn't play due to Macquarie playing before City Country in the State Cup. So another chance for them to really rise up the ladder, Souths, and they'll be pleased with that. The defending champions, Ben Cross, seems to have got this side humming nicely, Mel.
No, Ben will be happy with the 2 competition points. Credit to both sides in the trying conditions. 16-10, the game in the and mostly just the experience of South Newcastle's key players in 9, 7, 6 and 1 are all outstanding, and the leadership of experienced back row in Matt Shipway. So great 2 competition points for South. Poor conditions, and Cessnock will have rued their chances. They had plenty of chances there in the middle stage of the second half to score a couple of tries, but well done to South, and they move on up the ladder.
And probably man of the match this afternoon, would you go with Lachlan Wormsley? Outstanding this afternoon.
Hard conditions for a fullback, and he was excellent there. Diffused a lot of Cessnock situations, carried the ball on numerous occasions, and he was outstanding for a young kid in his first season in the NRL here. A great game for him, and yeah, I would go with him. Higgins, yeah, there's good performers.
Yeah, great performance from Souths. Running out a 16-10 win this afternoon. Thanks, Mal, for joining me this afternoon.
No problem at all. Pleasure.
And we will catch you later on in the season. So full time here at Townsend Oval with South Newcastle Lions 16 defeating Cessnock Goannas 10.